Learning with Niman Nambe. So here we're making the perfect pizza base or pizza crust or your pizza dough. So yes, so let's get into it. So here I'm adding 1 tablespoon of yeast into a cup of warm water. Yes, so we'll be proving this yeast to see whether it's still active or not. So just give it a quick stir, add a little sugar to it, as you know that yeast love sugar to grow. Okay, so if it is still active, it will prove very quickly within 5 minutes. So yes, this is 5 minutes time. It has shown that it is still alive. So yes, we are going to be putting this yeast aside as we prepare the other ingredients for the dough. So I have 2 cups of all-purpose flour here. It is also called soft flour, and I also have 2 tablespoons of oil, 2 tablespoons of milk, 1 tablespoon of sugar. I also have salt and nutmeg here. Okay, so all these are the ingredients that we are going to be using to make our dough. So I go ahead to add all the dry ingredients into my mixing bowl with the 2 cups of flour. Okay, so yes, that's what I'm doing right now. After that, I go ahead to mix everything nicely with a whisk or a spoon if you don't have a whisk. Okay, so yes, everything is well incorporated. I just go ahead to drill some hole in it. I'm going to add a little bit of the oil. Okay, then I go ahead some of the already prepared yeast solution. Here we are going to make the dough. Okay, so with clean hands, you have to wash your hands so well. Make sure that your hands are very clean. Then you go in with your hands, okay, and then mix everything together. You are going to make sure that a dough is going to form out of this. Okay, so usually those who make pizza in large quantities use this mixing bowl. They have a mixing machine, okay, the dough mixer. Yes, so but if you're making in small quantity, or if you don't have the mixer, you can use your hand. Okay, just make sure that you mix everything nicely, and you'll be adding your yeast solution gradually. Okay, if you have dry flour still there, you can go ahead to add more of the yeast solution, but if there are some remaining, no problem, you can keep it aside. Okay, so yes, so our dough has formed nicely. What we are doing right now is just trying to clump everything together and also knead it in the bowl. Okay, so I'll be adding a little of the remaining oil. Okay, so yep, just add it. This will help you knead your dough so well. Kneading your dough is so important. Okay, this is not the only way we are going to knead it. We'll be kneading it fully very soon, but you need to make sure that you knead it so well before covering it. Okay, so at this point I'm just going to use a thin film of, if you have a thin film of rubber, or you can just use the lids. Okay, and then cover it. Yes, so we'll cover it and keep it for like 30 minutes for it to rise. Before that, you have to add in a little oil, okay, so that when it rises, it doesn't stick to your bowl. So after adding the oil, I covered it and then kept it for like 30 minutes, and this is 30 minutes time. You see how it has risen. Okay, yeah, it has proven that the yeast is really active, and yes, you putting it down will really show that will really help your flour or your dough to activate easy. Yeah, that stretchiness of it. Okay, so I just had a very nice and then clean platform to knead my dough properly. Okay, so before that, I added some flour on the platform whilst kneading it. If you are conversant with how to make bread, the crust is basically how to make bread. Okay, bread dough. So you have to knead it so well. You need it for like 10 to 15 minutes. If you still have, more strength, okay, you have to knead it up and down as the way you saw me kneading it. Okay, so yes, I divided it into two because I'll be making the large pizza and then a small one. Okay, so I divided it according to how large I want my pizza to be. Bear in mind that this is just two cups of flour. Okay, so we are going to be working with one at a time. Did you see how I'm using my hand to press it? Okay, yes, you can do this until it becomes flat, or you can go ahead with your rolling pin to roll everything out. If you have time, go ahead to do this. You are going to have a very nice crust, okay? But if there's no time, my friend, take your rolling pin and let's roll this out. So you are going to roll it into a circle form. That's the crust of the pizza, or the base of your pizza. Yes, so usually if you want a very thin crust pizza, you need to roll your pizza dough very flat. Like the dough has to be small, not that much. Then you roll it out very, very, very flat. Depends on the type of pizza pan that you are also having, okay? So if you are using it for your if you are using it as a thin crust pizza, if I was doing a thin crust pizza, I wouldn't use this much of a dough, okay? And thin crust pizza, those who know pizza very well, yes, you know how it is, very crunchy and crispy. Yes, so this is the small size of my pizza pan. This is what I'm going to be using, okay? This is aluminum pizza pan. You can get it in the market, those who are selling bakery items. Yes, okay, you can get it in the market. Others also have silver ones that they also use, okay? So this is the local aluminum pizza pan that I am using. So you go ahead to spread everything nicely onto your pizza pan. But you saw that I added oil and then flour on the pizza pan before the dough is placed on it. This is to prevent it from sticking to the pan when it is baking, okay? So, and I also did some indentation on it. Yes, this is the second dough. I'll be using a different pizza pan, though it is also an aluminum pizza pan, okay? So yes, so this is a bigger one. And usually this is how you should do it if you want to use your hand to spread out your dough. If you are watching how to make pizza dough on YouTube, you will see that this is how it is done. If you have time, continue doing it until everything is well spread. As I mentioned earlier on, we don't have that much time, okay? So I'm using this rolling pin to spread it out nicely. Yes, you see how flexible it is. This is how your pizza dough is supposed to be. The measurement of your water, of the water that you are going to use to make the pizza dough, is really important here. I use 1 cup of water to do the yeast solution mixture, so it's really important. And I did not even use all of it, as you saw in the video earlier. So yes, I have spread it out nicely. I'm going to place it in the bigger pizza pan, and I also did same as the first one. I added some oil to it, greased it, and then added some flour to it as well. And I'm going ahead to spread it out. This pan is usually used for deep dish pizza. Yes, so like this, after the topping and everything is placed on it, you have to place another layer of pizza base on it. That's the deep dish pizza, okay? So yes, let's get to pizza sauce.